Welcome back to Yahoo Finance, moving away from clicks and back to bricks. As pandemic restrictions ease, brick and mortar retailers like Tanger Outlets are betting on shoppers coming back into the store. Tanger reported revenue and adjusted net income that beat expectations, but is that enough for investors looking for that huge post-pandemic consumer boom? Joining us now is Stephen Yalof, Tanger Factory Outlet Center's president and CEO. Stephen, great to have you on the program today. Tell us about the trend that we've been seeing. We know that a lot of the bounce back in activity, at least in-person retail shopping, was during 2021. Are you still seeing that hold in the beginning of 2022?
Well, we saw our traffic numbers up in the first quarter, and we're seeing things continue to build going into April. A lot of that consumer shift from March to April, we anticipate seeing a lot more of that traffic coming back into this quarter.
Stephen, I'm imagining that a lot of consumers who maybe didn't necessarily shop at the outlets are thinking, well, with higher prices, are there more discounts to be had? And I wonder if you see that as a potential tailwind for your business.
Well, being on sale every day, great values, great brands, biggest brands in the world, global brands like Nike, Polo, Coach, H&M, I see on the screen right now. I mean, to be able to go into a shopping center and buy brands at value, value never goes out of fashion. And especially when we've got these wonderful brands drawing people in. But it was interesting, Brian was just talking about WWE and live events. And we really see ourselves as a customer experience company, much like WWE. People like to gather, they like to do things together. And that's one of the advantages that our open air shopping centers have, is that it really becomes a gathering place for the communities that we serve, for the tourists that are driving through or on vacation in the locations where we have our shopping centers. And we benefit from both of those dynamics.
Stephen, at the same time, your business is also very much in the job of kind of lease managing. And we know that there's been a lot of reshuffling among commercial real estate renters and also landlords during this period of time. What have you seen on that trend? Have you seen a lot of leases extended, re-signed, turned over? What are vacancy levels looking like at your centers and the like?
Well, first of all, our occupancy over the last year has climbed about 230 basis points, and that's a great sign, and that's excellent for our business. We've got a very robust pipeline of leases that have signed and haven't commenced yet, but additionally, a lot of new business in our pipeline that's going to add to the current mix. We also have retailers that are expanding in our portfolio because of the success that they're enjoying, and also retailers that are going into other geographies and other markets where they haven't yet joined us. And now there'll be a lot of business with those new retailers in those locations as well. Also fueling a lot of our growth is new tenants to the platform. So tenants like St. John and Wolford, Regatta, Ulta Beauty have all joined us recently in our centers. And we're hopeful that we'll do more business with them across the 36 centers that we currently have open.
Stephen, I'm thinking back to a conversation, right at the height of the pandemic, where a lot of people were saying that with this acceleration towards e-commerce, in-store shopping is really not going to return to where it used to be. I wonder how you look at that mix right now. It feels like the demand has obviously pulled back on the e-commerce side, but it's still strong. What do you think that retail mix is going to look like moving forward?
Well, I think there's a number of products that you just can't get the same experience buying online. Things like furniture and home, where folks would prefer to sit on a couch before they pick one out online and have it shipped and delivered to their home. And a lot of our furniture stores are definitely benefiting from that dynamic. Similarly, fashion. We looked at the first quarter. If you take a look at sales for the first quarter, the brands that are really winning are the fashion brands, the brands that are dressing people to go back to work. And because of that dynamic, I think a lot of those folks want to try on the items before they buy those particular items. And I think that's also, we go back to the live shopping customer experience. That is what we are famous for. People who shop in our shopping centers, they shop in groups. It's a fun outing. It's something that people like to do together. And in that connection, we both provide entertainment as well as a great shopping experience.
Yeah, it feels like hybrid is the word we keep hearing on so many different sectors, but it's good to talk to you on this Friday. Stephen Yalof, Tanger Factory Outlet Center's president and CEO.